have some important mosques. And let me tell you something, it is very important to visit some of these mosques, simply not because these mosques will tell us more about religion, but the most important part that the architecture or the design of each mosque will reflect a certain period of time, and most of which are amazing. Right now we're going to bring you some more details about the important mosques that you need to visit in Cairo. There are many, but still we have some of them. If you find time, you will enjoy it very much. So stay with us, we'll be back right after this. Cairo is the city of 1,000 minarets. In the older parts of Cairo, there are a lot of mosques that were built during different eras. Egypt has seen many influences from different numbers of ruling empires, including the Abbasid, Fatimid, Ayyubid, Mamluk, Ottoman, and others. And because Cairo specifically is a city of the world, Egypt offers a fair overview of mosque styles. What is really interesting is that the design and architecture of these mosques reflect the style of architecture of its era. From the design of the mosque, its dome and minarets, one can tell to which era it belongs.
Actually, Al Strait is considered the heart of the Islamic Cairo, or the heart of the Fatimid Cairo. It's a very important place because it includes so many architectural monuments from all around of the Islamic area. We have monuments from the Fatimid periods, as Al-Hakam Mosque. We have Al-Akmar Mosque, it's also from the Fatimid periods. It shows us architectural elements of the Fatimid periods. Tells us a story of the Fatimids and their and the problems they faced, and the achievements they did. That they loved people. We know that they love people. Their achievements to the country. And we have also monuments from other periods, like the Mamluk periods, like the group of Qalaun, like the madrasa or the school, and the Bimaristan. And
let me first ask you, usually whenever we have a mosque going back to such eras, usually we have a school, we have the hospital. Why? Because this is something also important.
Yeah, because like the Mamluks who built this group of buildings together, like to be a place where the visitor can pray in a mosque, and he can find if he have some illness, he can go to the hospital. It's nearby the mosque, and if he wants to educate his children, they will go to the school or madrasa. Also, we have Sabil. Sabil is a place where they can gather. They have like water tank, a cistern under the ground. They have around 200 of meters under the ground, full of water to give to the people who are traveling from place.
It shows how important it was during such eras, talking about medical treatment, about
Yeah.
education, about praying all, and this is something very important.
Yeah, because in the in the Muslim and Arab periods, they were interested in medicine. They were interested in science. Even the caliphs like Harun al-Rashid, they funded the scientists and they gave them a lot of money to research, to make researches and to make scientific achievements. So, because they were living in a good place, even in Egypt, not only in Iraq, in Baghdad, but only in but also in Cairo, people, the scientists, enjoyed the money that the caliphs gave to them, and they work it in environment that's encouraging scientific researches. So they like inventing all the time.
And the most important part is that its mosques date from the earliest periods of Islam up till modern times. Some mosques in Egypt, and particularly Cairo, are actually complexes that include a number of other structures that may or may not be found attached to other mosques. For example, many mosques include an Islamic school facility called a madrasa or school. Others may have mausoleums and tombs, and even hospitals, along with other structures within the complex. We have many different sites that one can enjoy, not only talking about the Red Sea or the Mediterranean, but here we can bring you more in Cairo. Still we are in El Muaizz Street, and still we have many beautiful places to stop at. This is Beit Sahimi right behind me. Right now we're going to move inside to bring you more details about this area, and believe me, this is one of the most beautiful places. El Muaizz Street is one of the best locations, highly recommended to anyone who is interested to learn more about Egypt's history. It witnessed different periods of time, each of which left its mark on one of these buildings located on both sides of the street, and each one reflects a different style of architecture. It is quite clear that Egypt is famous in particular for the diversity and multitude of its Islamic monuments, which were built through different eras. The buildings of Islamic monuments in Egypt has started since the Muslims first opened Egypt in 641 AD. From this point on, Egypt has been ruled by many Islamic dynasties, starting with the Rashidun Caliphs, the Ptolemies, the Fatimids, Ayyubids, the Mamluks, and the Ottomans, ending with rulers from the family of Muhammad Ali. And each of these periods had its own requirements and characteristics, which were clearly reflected on the shape, size, and style of the architecture. Moreover, each ruler tried his best to build structures that express the features of the period he went through. One of the oldest Islamic monuments in Egypt, and its builder, Al-Hakim, who is also one of the most famous caliphs that ever ruled Egypt, is the Mosque of Al-Hakim, located at the end of Al-Mu'izz Street, very close to Bab al-Futuh, one of Egypt's ancient gates. Also, it is very clear to the famous Khan al-Khalili market. Therefore, it is always a good idea